The Los Angeles Chargers have just received an unexpected gift that could play a major role in shaping their future. In this league where every decision matters, teams often make headlines for the players they bring in. But what sometimes gets overlooked is the value of letting players walk at the right time. This is exactly what the Chargers have done, and now they're reaping the benefit. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. Remember when Joe Ortiz emphasized the importance of compensatory picks? Well, the Chargers are projected to get 3 of them. One of those compensatory picks comes from losing Gerald Everett last offseason. The NFL's compensatory pick system rewards teams that lose valuable free agents without replacing them with similarly high-priced players. This move might not have seemed significant at first, but when looking at how things played out, it's a perfect example of smart roster management. Gerald Everett was a solid contributor for the Chargers, finishing his time in Los Angeles with 51 receptions for 411 yards and 3 touchdowns. His athleticism made him an intriguing option at tight end, but the Chargers decided to let him walk, and he signed a 2-year deal with the Chicago Bears. Expectations were quite high, but his production plummeted, just 8 receptions for 36 yards before being released. That means the Bears paid him, got almost nothing in return, and now the Chargers get an extra draft pick for their decision. Moves like this highlight the importance of not just evaluating who to bring in, but also knowing when to move on from a player. This isn't the only example of the Chargers making tough but necessary decisions. Trading Keenan Allen was another major move that, while painful for fans, made sense in the long run. Allen has been one of the most reliable wide receivers in the league, posting 1,243 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns last season. But at 32 years old and with a large cap hit, it was time for the Chargers to shift focus toward the future. Allen was sent to the Bears, who were in the middle of a rebuild, while the Chargers gained financial flexibility and additional draft capital. The history of compensatory picks is wild. How can we forget Tom Brady? He was drafted by the New England Patriots in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft as the 199th overall pick, which was a compensatory pick. Brady went on to become one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, winning 7 Super Bowl championships, multiple MVP awards, and setting numerous records. His career is often cited as the ultimate example of a late-round draft pick, exceeding expectations. In today's NFL, building through the draft is the key to long-term success. Take a quick look at the teams that have done it successfully. For example, no team has done a better job building its offensive line through the draft than the Eagles. They struck gold with Jordan Mailata, a 7th-round pick in 2018. The former rugby player turned left tackle was PFF's highest-graded offensive lineman this season, regardless of position. That's incredible. The Lions and Buccaneers have also built strong offensive lines, largely through the draft. The Lions, for instance, have been smart about their move, even when adding a player like Kevin Zeitler last year to complement their draft picks. Teams like Philly, Detroit, and Tampa Bay are showing exactly what the recipe for success looks like. The Chargers are no different. They faced significant offensive line concerns heading into last season, but they've taken steps in the right direction. Players like Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, and Zion Johnson have helped solidify the line, and now they've got draft picks to add even more talent. This is the foundation of a successful team, building your offensive line through the draft. I'm genuinely excited to see how the Chargers continue to approach this. Their current position is promising, and the potential is there to take their offensive line to another level. Looking at the final offensive line rankings from PFF, the Chargers came in at 21st. That's not where you want to be, but it also means there's plenty of room for improvement. With these additional draft picks and smart decisions, there's a real chance for growth. This is great news for the Chargers as they focus on taking the next step forward. Looking at their picks, the mock drafts predict selections in positions like wide receiver, edge rusher, and tight end in the first 3 rounds. While those are important, it's probably not the direction they'll take, considering the immediate need on the offensive line. Jim Harbaugh's philosophy underscores how crucial building through the offensive line is, so it would be surprising if they didn't prioritize that area. For example, Tyler Booker from Alabama has been projected in the early 20s range. If the Chargers are picking at 22, grabbing a player like Booker to solidify the interior line would make a lot of sense. That said, the scarcity of high-ranking interior offensive linemen in the first couple of rounds might push the team to focus on addressing that need later in the draft. Tight end is another area where the Chargers could benefit. A talented player like Mason Taylor could provide significant value. We know how much a strong tight end can elevate an offense, and the Chargers would certainly benefit from having more reliable weapons in the passing game. So yeah, it's clear the Chargers need weapons, and they also need to strengthen their offensive line. But if you're a Chargers fan, there's reason to be optimistic. You've got a mature franchise that doesn't waste time making reckless decisions. You can trust that they're building towards something solid, and that's exciting to see. So guys, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.